Supermoon Tarot, and in today's video we're talking about a highly requested topic, your higher self. What is that? What does that mean? And how can we get in contact with them? Well, I'm excited to say that before we get into this video, I have paired a video that's simultaneously releasing at this very moment. You can see a card popping up somewhere. And this video will be a direct message from your higher self. So you can talk to that version of yourself, and then we can go over methods that will help you in the long term. Isn't that awesome? So let's get into what is your higher self. So let's first talk about time. Time is a construct of man, and especially does not exist in a linear sense in the spirit realm. So we've got the past, present, and future all existing at once. That's how your higher self can exist as a separate being that you can speak to, as well as the version of you now that's trying to become that. And you might say, I'm trying to become the higher version of myself. Oh yes, this is the best version of yourself. This is the most woke version of yourself. The way I like to view this is, in life, each one of us is born with like a manual. And in that manual, it says how we function, how we think, how we best take in knowledge, how we can understand it fully. And when we're in that flow and know what to do, it just seems like everything works out and we get it, we learn better, all that jazz. But the whole purpose of life and the journey is to kind of reveal that invisible ink over the manual. Well, your higher self, they read the manual. They wrote the manual. They have read it inside and out. They know every bit about it. And so they are a perfect person to consult when you're in troubles because they are you. They're the version of you that you're hoping to become one day. Now, I just want to put this out there as a PSA that your spirit guides are different than your higher self, and neither should be neglected. Each one has kind of, as I like to think of it, their own flavor of advice and guidance. And so that's why it's so great to consult all of them. And you can, but we're talking about higher self today. So let's get into how you can talk to that version of yourself. Of course, tarot works. Tarot is the best and can do anything. That is why I'm such an enthusiast for tarot. So you can talk to your higher self through tarot. As I said before, I have that pick a card out right now. But when you're practicing talking to your higher self on a regular basis by yourself with tarot, you can practice the method that I put out before. I'm going to put a card wherever where it was about talking to your spirit guides, but you can use that instead for your higher self. I'm also going to put out a tarot spread for you right now as a sort of creative branching off point, and then from there you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to show that right now. This is a super easy 4-card spread. So the first one is going to be asking your higher self, what is the mood or energy you're currently embodying? The second card is asking, what is the blockage or problem in your way from preventing you from being your higher self? The third card is asking, how can you solve, whether through strategy or method, this problem or blockage? And then once those problems are solved, the fourth card asks, how can you then maintain that current, more positive mood or right trajectory on your journey to be your higher self? You can use a pendulum. Pendulums are amazing and a lot safer to use. Some people prefer them because they feel it's a little more straightforward answer, but I feel I get a deeper wealth of knowledge from tarot. But to each their own, there's no wrong way of talking to your higher self or spirit guides. You can even turn yourself into a pendulum by balancing on the middle arches of your feet. And then you just stand there, ask yourself a question, that higher version of yourself a question, and if you lean forward, that's a yes, and if you fall backwards, that's a no, and then you reposition yourself. So super easy. You can journey. I love journeying. I love it. I do it all the time. It's a fantastic way to talk to your spirit guides, upper and lower. You can also do a version of journeying by just right before you go to bed in your dreams by setting that intention and saying, I would like to speak to my higher self. I would like to receive a message from my higher self. Higher self, this is my question I have. You can do stream of consciousness writing, talking, or even drawing. And the way you do this is you just kind of write anything or speak anything. You know, maybe you're writing, apples, oranges, peaches, pink. And then as you're doing it, kind of start to tune in and think about the question you have. And start kind of talking to that version of yourself. Again, out loud, writing, drawing, whatever. And you need to get into a bit of a meditative state for a minute or two, but then it will kick in and that version of yourself will come through and you'll basically be channeling them, so to speak. You can ask your higher self to pop up and give you some sort of sign or literal answer in anything from a song to a movie in real life. And trust me, it will pop out to you and you will know that that's your answer, which is great. And last but not least, meditation. Meditation, oh my goodness. So the way the mind works is there's 3 orbital brain activities. There's like biological, physical, there's social, and then there's spiritual and creative. And when we meditate and do anything creative, that includes free stream, stream of consciousness, like writing, drawing, whatever, that gets us to that level. And essentially what happens is it connects us to it. So we not only are speaking it to it, we're almost becoming it. And that's a huge reason why people love meditation, because the more you spend time in those sort of brain waves, they become your neutral state of being. And this is how you embody that version of your higher self. Because remember, your higher self isn't someone that just, read all the books you're hoping to read. They're aware of the whole schematic, if that makes sense. So anytime they enter into new knowledge, they're already there. They're in that state of mind where they can receive it best, understand it best, and translate it best. I do want to put out a PSA here. This is for spirit guides too, higher version of yourself. If you're like, well, how do I know if I'm speaking to them? Always put out there that you're only speaking to beings of love and light. And you should not be told anything other than helpful information. If you're not getting helpful information, you're getting something that involves, we'll just lightly call it negative, that's not them. That's not them. They only want to help you and make your life better. So I'm excited for you to be speaking to your higher self and become one, if you will. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with the channel like you would not believe. I'm wishing you the best. I love doing this so much. It's so fun. I hope you guys vibe it too. Have a lovely day. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!